Hey guys, welcome to video number 3 in the Cactus Cuties Stampa Stack. I'm so excited. I feel like it's been forever since I've given you a Stampa Stack. This is video number 3 of 3 though. So if you missed video number 1, where we made just a note, you want to check that out. This Stampa Stack makes 3 each of this card. Video number 1 is linked below. And hello, this video is also linked below. The Stampa Stack makes 3 of this card, and we're going to make our final 3 to complete a set of 9 awesome cards. Hope your day is on point. In the Cactus Cuties Stampa Stack, you can cut your own kits and just follow along right online, or there's an optional class packet in the Kitchen Table Stamper store. Head over to kitchentablestamper.com/shop. In the right hand menu, filter for class packets, and you'll see what class packets we have available there. And these will be available while supplies last. In the kit, you will have a full sheet of both Calypso Coral and Highland Heather felt embellishments. You'll have 2.5 yards of the linen thread and the Calypso Coral linen thread, almost a third of a package of these brush brass butterflies, a quarter of a package of the Flowering Cactus Designer Series paper. This one was available from Stampin' Up! As a product medley and might still be on the clearance rack. We've got 2 each of 6 designs for 12 double-sided sheets. We've got white cardstock for doing all of your stamping and lining all of your cards. You can do whatever you like on the inside. Oh, wrong set. These must be the ones that I did today. There's enough white cardstock to line all your cards however you like. We'll talk about that today, and stamp all your greetings. Plus, there is, in the back of the kit, you'll find some Calypso Coral and some Purple Posy is making a return for this kit. We do your die cutting for you, and we score your card bases. We include envelopes for each card, and you can get these little packets while supplies last. It makes following along with the videos super easy. And first class USPS postage is included in the price. We'll ship it right out to you as soon as we get your order. Now, this is our design for this time, and this is my kit. It's been well used. We're gonna take our card kits and some basic white cardstock from the kit. Let me show you our Wonder Recipe number 15 modified. The Stampa Stack classes are Wonder recipes usually, and Wonder Recipe is a 1-sheet Wonder for a 6x6 piece of Designer Series paper. So you could scale this up or just use 1 sheet of paper and scale it way down. We chose 3 patterns. We cut 1 of each sheet according to the Wonder Recipe and then modified a little bit. We've got 2x2 squares here instead of a 4x2, and we used up all the rest of the pieces in our previous video. But what we're gonna do is cut that Designer Series paper. We're gonna get past the idea that it's too pretty to cut. Once we've cut it, now we're obligated to make something even prettier from that paper. We can do it with the Wonder Recipe. So we've got 3 2x2 squares, 3 different designs for 3 cards. In the kit, we've got our Pear Pizzazz card bases and a Sahara Sand stitched rectangle. Now, we did the die cutting and the scoring for you. The die cutting for this rectangle, if you're cutting your own kit, it's this long skinny guy, and I don't have my charts out. We just had the party. If you're Kitchen Table Stamper followers, you know we just had the twins' 70th birthday yesterday, and I haven't pulled everything back out. I use my office for party space, so I don't have my die charts, but this is from Ornate Layers, and it's that long skinny rectangle. We cut those from Sahara Sand for you. Now we're gonna get fun. Our backgrounds are mixed up between the different cards, and the idea of that was to show you that you can do what you want with these on the background. I've got the Stitched with Whimsy die set here. We're going to take the second largest rectangle, and we're going to stitch each one of our card fronts. Now, on this one, we'll use the Painted Texture folder. Isn't that gorgeous? And on this one, we used brick and mortar. So you can mix them all up, do different ones for each design, or you can do the same all the way through. But the point of it is that crafty girls do what they want, and lots of things look great in the background. So you take your choice. And then let me show you the one with the inside done again, because we're going to do that for this card. We're going to follow that stitching and bring it to the inside of our cards with this Stitch with Whimsy die too. All right, so I've got my cards. I set aside my banner, and let's set aside my samples. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. There's enough cardstock in the kit to line all of your cards, and I'm going to line them with 3/8 of an inch smaller than the inside of the card. So the inside of the card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we're going to start with our 5 1/2 inch side. And we're going to go 3/4 smaller. So we're going to cut this down to 5 1/8. And then we're going to rotate, and then we're going to do our narrow side, which would be 4 1/4. When we bring that down 3/8 of an inch, that's 3 7/8. There's one card liner. We'll do another 3 7/8 inch. And this little guy right here is perfect for doing more of these little cactuses right here. So I'm going to hold on to that and take my card liner. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine next, because we are going to stitch the inside and the outside of the card. All right, this guy is all set up for die cutting. I've got 1, 2, and 3 plates down there. I'm going to add my card and then my stitches, and what we want is pretty equal border top and bottom, so from the fold line from the bottom to the stitches, and then centered right to left. And I just got a little piece of washi tape there. I'm going to tape that down, give it a crank. Now wait till you see how wonderful it is. Now we've got a little frame that we can add our focal images and designer series paper and frame it up so nice. Now let's do the same thing for the insides of the cards. We're going to pop that little piece, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and it's the perfect size to center that little stitching. Equal borders all around. Let's pop that one through the machine and remove the die. And there it is. Look at the gorgeous detail we've got for the inside of the card. Super simple and very effective. Now with this project, you're stamping a stack. So I highly recommend batch working through these. We're going to fold all of our card bases and then adhere the designer series paper across the front, just framing it up with these beautiful stitches. So I've got my 3 designer series papers here. I'm going to put the darker patterns in the back. Oh, I hate when both sides are pretty. It's almost a shame to put glue on one side of the paper, but we're going to do it. And you can mix and match and choose whatever patterns you want for this Stamp stack. Then you can rinse and repeat with a little bit different patterns and get slightly different look. Mix up your cactus shapes. This is a fun Stamp stack, and it'll just keep on giving. We're going to add our lightest little stripe in the middle there, and if you're batch working, maybe you're gluing all 9 cards worth of designer series paper at one time. That's how these Stamp stacks are meant to work. All right, next up is stamping our cactuses and our greetings. So let's get our Stampin' Pierce mat. The Cactus Cuties bundle is a photopolymer stamp set. So we need a Stampin' Pierce mat. You can bundle it up with the Cactus Builder Punch. And to get that, you buzz over to Marisa, alvarez.stampinup.net and click shop. All right, we've got some basic white from the kit: Mossy Meadow, Mint Macaron, Pear Pizzazz, Cinnamon Cider, and Calypso Coral ink. Let's go ahead and stamp for each of the cards one of each image. Now, by the magic of television, I've already got 2 sets that are cut and ready to go. And we just need one of each. So remember this little strip and this little guy? We're gonna start there and we're gonna stamp, watching the orientation of our punch. So upside down, we're gonna stamp a little cactus leaf with mossy meadow. And then we're gonna stamp our pots. There's this terracotta kind of color, this terracotta pot, and we're gonna use cinnamon cider to get a great terracotta color. And then our other little pot is Calypso Coral. I love the warm, sunny southwest look here. Our little succulent plant, mint macaron. And the big guy, he's going to be Pear Pizzazz again. I love this guy in Pear Pizzazz. You can mix it up if you like, but I've had him consistent throughout the whole Stampin' Stack. And part of that is because it's pleasing to the eye when they're all photographed, so feel free to mix them all up. I did mint macaron for our little aloe plant this time. Here's mossy meadow. So it's fun to shake it up, mix them up, and build them up a little bit different. All right, let's get our Sahara Sand greeting. We've got the stitched rectangle and hope your day is on point. We're gonna stamp that on Sahara Sand and mossy meadow off to the right, but centered top to bottom. Give the ink a second to transfer, especially on the Sahara Sand. It's a very toothy paper, and walk your fingers a little bit. Don't press too hard, but just walk your fingers a little bit. That'll give you a smoother greeting. I'm gonna clear away the Stampin' Paris mat and cut these guys out. Little trick here, you'll notice our flower pot has been modified just a little bit. Gives us a little variation in height between this Calypso Coral and our little terracotta pot. So what you'll do here is, like we did in video number 1, just cut right across, cut half of the pot, like the collar or the rim off, and then just trim around and fussy cut it out with a little white border. And it's a super simple shape. All of them are super simple for cutting out. And some of our cute little cactuses are even easier because we can punch them out with our Cactus Builder punch. So let's go ahead and get our leaf and pop that in there, punch it out. We'll clear away the ink pads and get these cut out, and we'll get our cards put together. All right, we've got our cards and most of our bits. You'll notice that I have a little flower on my cactus here, and I'm also going to add one to the inside. I used the Highland Heather felt, so I'm going to grab the little strip of purple posy cardstock, and we're going to cut one of these little flowers for each, the outside and the inside of the card. All right, we'll need 6 total. We've got quite the confetti party going on over here. I thought it was fun to bring the purple posy back. It's a retired Stampin' Up color, but it works so well with this Flowering Cactus Designer Series paper and the theme we've got going on here. All right, so there's all of our bits. Let's go ahead and adhere our banners embellished with some twine. Now in your kit, you have the Calypso Coral and natural twine, and it's wound up together here. But for this one, I'm going to stick with the natural, and you need about 14 inches. I've got my ruler, and I'm going to measure off about 14 inches. I'm going to separate the two because I only want the natural one. I'm going to cut my 14-inch piece, and then I'll use that one to measure 2 more. All right, there we go. Now what's left gets wrapped up to use for another project. I'm just going to wrap it right around the card and pop it back in my kit. You'll have some twine, some felt, and a few butterflies left for a few more designs. Now to get this twine so that it's not folded every few inches, we're going to take our bone folder and just gently run the bone folder across the twine, and that'll get it to curl up slightly and really soften those folds from being flat packed. We'll do that with all 3 pieces. And don't push too hard. If you push too hard, almost like curling ribbon, it'll curl up kind of tight on you. We're just going really gently to work out those folds. Now that we've got those folds worked out, we'll take our Hope Your Day is on Point greeting. We're going to add your choice of dry adhesive to the back of this. I'm going to use tear and tape because it's nice and easy to see, but you can use your Seal or your Seal Plus. You could use the Fast Fuse or Snail if you're still using those adhesives. Something dry, and it's nice to have something that's really kind of strong adhesive. We're going to wrap 1 strand 14 inches around 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3 times. It'll bring the seam right back to where you started. And we'll take this loop and we'll place it right behind Hope and make sure that the ends of the little loops are stuck in the adhesive. Add that to your card all the way off to the right. Then you can kind of pull and finesse your loops. And let's do that for all 3 of our greetings. Okay, it's time for some cactuses. We've got our Calypso Coral pot and our big guy. Let's go ahead and add him. And then I've got dimensionals on everything else. Here's our little pot. And we want to add that so that it doesn't cover our greeting. I love that we can shift the multi-purpose liquid glue just a little bit as we're arranging our pots. And our little aloe plant, looking pretty good. Last, we got our cactus with the tiny leaf and the purple posy flower, all with dimensionals. Cute, right? Now let's embellish. Back to my kit here, and look at how much you're going to have left. You're going to have lots of fun felt pieces left. Designer series paper. You can just keep on crafting cactuses with this kit. Let's add some flowers. I've got kind of a larger and a smaller one going on here like we did in video number 2, and I like to mix up what the centers look like. So we'll do little stitches and a little dot in the center. Get those on with some mini glue dots. All right, each card has 2 flowers, and let's do 2 of these little brass butterflies. I just love the little bit of shine that this adds. It's not blingy or glittery, but it adds just a little different texture and a little bit of rustic shine. I've said through this Stampin' Stack that you can do whatever you like with the inside of your card, and we cut the Stitch with Whimsy mat. So let's go ahead and do the inside of our Hope Your Day is on Point card so I can show you how awesome this worked out. All right, slide that to the side, and we're going to go back to our cactus leaf. And I'm thinking of you. So Hope Your Day is on Point on the outside. I'm thinking of you on the inside. And I'm thinking of you is the same font as Hope Your Day. It's from Art Gallery Stamp Set. I love that we can mix and match. So Hope Your Day is on Point. Happy birthday. Or happy birthday. Hope Your Day is on Point. Hope Your Day is on Point. I miss you. I miss you. Hope Your Day is on Point. Thank you, sorry, best wishes, you're lovely. And they mix and match really nicely. with the just a note, hope your day is on point, and hello greetings from the Cactus Cuties. We stamped our greeting on the outside in Mossy Meadow, so let's go ahead and continue that. And I'm just gonna pop the greeting right along the bottom edge above the stitching. I used this earlier in Mossy Meadow. Now we're going to switch to Pear Pizzazz. Let's go ahead and stamp a little cactus right above our greeting. And now a drop of liquid glue on the back of one of those purple posy punched flowers will bring that purple accent from the outside to the inside, that purple floral, without the bulk of the felt. Oh, that cute. I hope your day is on point. And inside, we'll add I'm thinking of you. Let's get some multi-purpose liquid glue, and we can center that right up inside the card. Isn't that a sweet way to finish? Simple, but it brings some of the outside to the inside. All right, and there's our Stampa stack. I hope your day is on point. If you've got any questions about the Stampa stack, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com, and to check out the Kitchen Table Stamper store to see if there's any of these awesome class packets still available. You can buzz over to kitchentablestamper.com/shop and then filter for class packets. And to shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Click shop. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.